Hi collective, welcome to my channel. We are about relationships with self first, okay? Let's see what card we have. Let's just go for it today, eh? All right, this is for a little quick read, or let's just go with the energy. A world, all right? You've got to have a relationship with yourself. We're looking for a soul world, all right? To create this, you're probably looking at a better relationship with yourself. So someone's tying up one or two loose ends, okay? Because now you're looking at the emotions, but you have to use your intuition with bravery, okay? With courage, okay? You could be a Scorpio person that desire to have the Taurus energies that I have. Do you know what I mean? The willpower, which is the Leo, you know? So I can have into me, I know I can have a soul. I can be a soul having a human experience, all right? And I can tie up one or two loose ends. Why? Because it comes from the essence of love, all right? Someone's looking at their health, all right? When it comes to spirituality, someone very innocent, very open. You could be on the internet, okay? But you're looking at your world, the energy of your world. You're trying to open your heart to be more open. But it seems like you want to tie up one or two loose ends first. But what's above is below. It can happen if you use your intuition with bravery and say the energy of I have and I will, because into me I see, because into me I have, because into me I know. All right, the abilities of my strength to go through the portal of life when it comes to being a soul world. You could be a king of wands. You could be very brave. You could be looking at a spiritual person or someone on the internet. You got the courage and the bravery, the visionary. This is the go-getter. You could be going for a burden right now, but the soul of the self can help the self with the burden under the bed of the self, okay, of destructions. Maybe this masculine is looking deeply at the courage and his ability to create a new soul world, because it's in the energy of the Wheel of Fortune, a turning point, okay? We're looking at the balance of life. Someone has the ability to use their intuition with bravery and courage, to use that vision, to tune into the Wheel of Fortune, just wheel it in with the right intentions, just take that stick and bat it right through. Do you know what I mean? You know what? You know, like when you go to the gambling house, you know, you got to have the right energy intentions, you know what I mean? To say, I want that, I want it. Do you know what I mean? And it can. So they're putting in their intentions. The Wheel of Fortune's going in. We have, maybe this person's got a vision and now they're in the Wheel of Fortune. It's on their back. If they use their intuition, they're looking at the mysteries of life, right? Maybe looking at tarot reader online, going into the Wheel of Fortune, creating the mysteries, the knowledge of the matter of life and the wisdoms of the mystery of spirituality. This person is the veil between heaven and earth, the veil between spirit and life, taking the risk, all right, going forward into the unknown, okay, to bring balance, justice into one's life by no baggage, no expectations, just take your intuition. If you take your intuition, you can illuminate the mind with the power of self, because you'll be protected from outside forces. You know why? Because the heart is light as a feather, and you can take many risks or many cliffs, and you can just, you know how like when the feather just flows, it will go up and down, doesn't it? That's what happens when you keep the soul of the soul, because the heart is the seat of the soul. Okay, so you can take leaps of faith, you know, and create cycles of Wheel of Fortunes by using your intuition. But first, you've got to tie up one or loose ends by walking away from people, things, and places that don't serve you for your highest good, to make sure your foundation is in the Wheel of Fortune, and to walk away to find and discover self by looking at the shadow of self, all right? Because where they are right now, there's nothing they can do. Where they are, the people, things, and places, they need to tie it up. Why? Because there's nothing they can do any further. It's just wasting their time, wasting energy. Maybe they're waiting for for their ships to come in. Like maybe they've been using their intuition, but it takes patience for things to come flowing in, all right? But you look at the Emperor, the King of Wands, all right? A King of Wands. He's got the Godhead, okay? He's looking at pouring love, self-love, because that's the Emperor. The Emperor does not lie. He brings the tribe to the beacon of light, you know? So he's pouring all that love into himself so it can pour back to him attractions. So maybe he's looking at a new love, All right, which coming in with a wheel, a turning point by using the intuition. So you can create this turning point. So you can take that bravery, that action. The Emperor is the leader. Okay, this is the lion. He has to water the soul by walking away from people, things, and places. When you've got your 8, there's no one. No one really likes you around there. No, what you doing around there? Get your ass inside. So when you go inside now, 8 and 1, it becomes a 9. So I like when you have the 9 of water and the 9 of pentacles. Why? Because the 9 of water means you've walked away from people, things, and places. So when you put all that water in you, that means you're being very self-sufficient when it comes to emotional intelligence to bring in your wheel of fortune through your intuition. Why? Because you're using your intuition. All right. That's the 9 of water, is using your intuition to bring in your dreams come true, your wheel of fortune, your abundance. Do you know what I mean? But you've got to have that blunt talking. Someone's probably single. The higher priestess is single. She's doing blunt talking. So maybe he's looking at a single person that's a higher priestess. Maybe they're looking at a new love, a turning point, taking that risk, you know, the fool at the tool at school that has the tools, you know, to be the fool, to take those leaps of faith, you know. Doesn't matter what you look like. It's your intuition that guides you to where you need to go, to school. To collect those tools, to not be the fool, but be the fool that takes the leaps of faith. Towards your legacy. Someone's going right towards their generational wealth. Right towards it. They're right on it. They're on it. They're on it. That's their foundation, you know. Blunt talking. And that's what the Empress likes about the Emperor. His blunt talking. Good, bad, side, left, right. She don't care. It's his blunt talking. Nothing can't beat that. Nothing. So now you're looking at walking away from people, things, and places with passion. You know, you've got to look at the shadow of self. Someone's looking at the shadow of self. Maybe someone wants to come back to you, but they're looking at tying up 1 or 2 loose ends. They've got the bravery, got the courage. This is a very a strong leader. They're the Emperor, the lion, the God's head. But he's very protected though. He's very mastered the material, but God, the wisdom. He's got the wisdom, the knowledge of spirituality. He's the one who brings order to all the kings. Oh yeah, the Emperor does. The Emperor has to be obeyed but not idolized. Because the Emperor gets all messages from God. He has to use his higher self and walk away from people, things, and places and walk by example. Why? Because he's a soul having a human experience. He has to move and have discipline. Self-discipline and self-correction and self-control. So the Godhead will be on and his sky will be unlimited. Because he's balancing the yin and the yang. You know? He's bringing that stability. Illuminating the mind. Because when you're being single, you get to illuminate the mind of where your purpose is. You get to learn your karmic cycle, you know? And then now the wheel is helping you water your practicality. Because now you've learned self-efficiency. The water is now watering your seeds and see it growing. And now it starts dropping down. Oh, that's beautiful, man. You see that? The water with the soil of the self is planting the seeds within one person, within the person. So you're looking at a single person watering the fruits of one's labor to be the foundation is to be very abundant and successful. Let me tell you something, you know, the best revenge anyone can do in life, you know, is success. Just focus on your success. Focus on that, man. Tie up one of loose ends and tell people bye, I've got things to do. And start blocking 1, 2, 3, block, 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 lock, 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 and start locking yourself into oneself. You can go back to people, but just find yourself first. Pour that love into yourself. So someone's pouring their love into themselves. Maybe they're going back with the willpower. They have the willpower to go. Do you know what it is? The Emperor, right, is so resourceful that he can give so much people rewards and still have so much resource for oneself, and he'll still be grounded and abundant. Because why? God never ever makes you go hungry. Because you've been guided. That's the Godhead. That's the masculine. The hyphen inside the emperor. This is the mental teacher. He gets all those spiritual guides from his spiritual guides, his ancestors, all right? And God is the hyphen. Hyphen, all right? So now you're looking at recognition as the emperor on his pathway. He's probably mastered being like a single person, mastering like practicality, how to bring money, how to bring organization. Because earth signs is all about practicality, the concentrated forces of sensation, the lesson of service. He's probably mastered that, putting that away and now saying, right, I'm really going to put in the self-love into myself, okay? Because I've learned someone's hidden feeling that someone took a risk, okay, and they probably put food in my, like pills in my food, in my pathway. An earth sign person that's after my inheritance, they took that risk, that leap of faith. But tarot reader saw this hidden feeling. She had this hidden feeling because it's an energy person. They felt this pill going down. For some of you, not everyone, take it as it resonates. Somebody was relying on someone being single, but not single. You understand? Yeah, for someone's Wheel of Fortune. The Leo person. Now we've got this judgment that is balanced, King and Queen of Wands. Maybe he's found his counterpart and he wants to get married. I just saw the hyphen again. Practicality. You got to be reliable to yourself, man. You got to be reliable to yourself so you can be practical to other people, and they won't drain you, man. You know who to. You have to. You know what? Just wait for God to tell you who's for you and who's not for you. And now, see what I said? More balance now. King and Queen of Wands. Maybe he feels he turned his back on a counterpart, but now he's using his intuition. Maybe this single person. So now he's tapped into the feminine energy. But this Queen of Wands is looking at being single. She's kind of putting something to an end. She's gone within. She needs options. A risk working. But now you've got balance. Remember I said yin and yang has to be balanced. Masculine and feminine energy. To be self-sufficient. To be reliable to your ancestors. So it all rains down. See, it's planting because it all rained down. And you just plant it. But you've got to be careful who you're around because ancestors will stop it. And you'll wonder, oh my gosh, what's happening to my business? No. Ancestors said, government juice done. No more free water for you in your tap. No way. Free paper done, man. Because you're not listening to your ancestors. You're not guiding yourself in the right way. Being a soul human, having this human experience. Someone's putting something to an end. All right? Remember, every ending has a new beginning. Okay? Okay, so now the Queen of Wands, the feminine side, is now understanding about nurturing. Now, as the gardener, you planted your seed from heaven. You're watering it. You're gardening it now. You understand? Now you're working it. Someone's looking at a team or collaboration. Why? Because now the feminine and masculine energy is all in one. Yin, yang, emperor. Now you're on your pedestal. Now you're rein in the right masteries. Do you understand? This is I'm talking about when I mean quality of mastery. Now that's what we're talking about, and that's what the ancestors are raining down. Do you understand? And now you can show what you have. They'll bring you the right partners, the right people to plant these foundations for you, you know? The right team of people. Ancestors ain't stupid enough. You just have to use your intuition and just trust yourself. But you got to be around the right people, things in places. Don't lie. That's the most important thing. Just try not to lie. I might take a little porky to my masculine temperature. Just fuck off, don't talk to me. Because I'm angry sometimes, but I need time to heal. You know? I suppose you've both got to convince people on both sides about intuition. So now you're looking at what's above is below. Queen of Pentacles moving, working. So I'm saying this devil's always with this Queen of Pentacles. Always. The devil's never too far away. And that's the secret. And this is why this masculine has to balance himself, because he's missing out on opportunities, because they're playing on the wounded warrior. Now you're looking at the King and Queen of Pentacles, a power couple. You've got to walk away from the devil one. Do you know what I mean? They're not a good person. The Emperor's born. I wonder if you can hear that. The cat outside. The neighbour's cat's crying out my window. Cheeky little bugger. The Emperor's born. No, it's not Emperor's born, you know. It's just the Emperor needed resting. The Emperor needed to rest. No, why does it come closer? Why can I hear two? Stopped now. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. All right, we're looking at a very mysterious world. Because cats are like mysterious, aren't they? They say that cats have 9 lives. Why? Because they use their intuition. They use their intuition. That's how you protect yourself, your intuition. Stand up for your beliefs, you know. We can create a soul world, just tie up 1 or 2 loose ends, walk away from people, things, and places to mold yourself into like a soul having a human experience. But it really requires self-discipline, self-control. You can't be a walking mattress. You can't be around the world spreading your soul everywhere, and the Empress would just chop him up and put him together and then say to go about your business, boy, and I sold you back together because you're too damn fast, too extra. About you're running around the world being adventurous. Someone's healing. Someone wants to be adventurous. Someone wants to come near to Aquarius person to be adventurous. Maybe looking at healing, looking at wish fulfillments, inspirations, you know. Someone's a traveler. Someone's being very adventurous. It could be a very adventurous person that likes to travel around the world. He needs to walk away from people, things, and places, man. He needs to move. What he's doing right now is not practical. It's not being practical. Maybe he feels left out in the cold, or he's outside screaming with the cat. Oh, he's outside screaming at the cat right now. Well, you better knock the door then, or stay outside. Never mind. That's your problem. Someone feels left out in the cold, or someone, see, is gone into spiritual recovery, going to a spiritual program. God's calling, you know. And this is when the Emperor looks up. Maybe he was following a Taurus person, the peasant, and God was calling. And this is when, because this is like a bell on the heart. So the heart's been calling this masculine, because God is calling the masculine. God's calling the masculine, man, and he keeps looking up. But because he felt left out in the cold as a child, he's using things as a crutch instead of looking at his wounds properly. And this is probably why he's behind this Taurus person. That's the real peasant. That needs to be left out in the cold. Maybe he feels left out in the cold now, but he's looking up though. As God is calling him, he needs to come off those crutches. He needs to stop using things as a crutch and just face it. Maybe he's stuck in his wheel of fortune, or stuck in a karmic situation, or he's stuck thinking about a Gemini person he left out in the cold. They're single. That's a higher priestess. Okay? He needs to stop. Maybe it's 13 years this person's been single. You know, a Gemini, Aquarius person. So now we're looking at the Emperor is thinking about a wheel of fortune, thinking about being left out in the cold, but knowing into me, I can feel God calling me. This is why I need to work 5, 6, 7 on. I need to work on my maybe self-restriction, or work on this entrapment when it comes to your wheel of fortune. But the most important thing is, remember I said before, pouring love into oneself. Sorry. To get that self-sufficiency, to be the king and queen of wands inside oneself, to be A human having a soul having a human experience. So now they're more self-sufficient. Why? Because you have to block foolish people being promiscuous, going around the world being foolish, putting your soul everywhere. Now your empress has to go around the world, busting up people's spiritually to go and get your souls everywhere. Pieces of your soul is everywhere. Got to sew it back together. Do you know what I mean? God said, get your ass back inside. You're too far. You've been outside too long. I think that man is spoiled, man. God spoils him too much, man. I don't care what anyone said. The emperor is the first zodiac out. He's the first child. And the first child's always fucking spoiled, man. I don't care what anyone says. So now he has to go and relax his arsehole. Go and relax yourself. Go and sit down. Go and balance yourself. You're too damn fast. Told you, you have to walk away, man. Take that risk. Take that leap of faith and walk away. Maybe from a family inheritance. Maybe working with an earth sign family. He needs to walk away. Go and find yourself. God is calling. There's nothing left to do around this earth sign or this team of people. He needs to stay single. It's a burden to the soul. The soul's so powerful, you know, that it doesn't matter anyway. I keep telling people, you see, I can only speak to them for my masculine. I've seen his dark side. So if they want to be finessing and all that, you see, on the other side, they're not going to get away with it. They're not going to get... His soul is too fucking powerful, man. They commit their own suicide. I'm sorry. Justice. There you go. Justice. He's got to walk away. Create justice. Well, maybe walk away from a legal person, or walk away from maybe fighting for this inheritance thing, and just listen to God, man. Just listen to your intuition. Someone looking at maybe a lawsuit, maybe with a family friend or family member, maybe a water sign person, a Cancer person. So he can give himself equal give and take. You've got to give all that money to yourself. Someone has to give someone back money. The Emperor. Now we're looking at justice, fairness, balance. Oh my days. I tell you, I don't need no cardinal. Now the Emperor's in his full love emotion, but he's got to walk away from a bloody King of Cups. Walk away. Block that mother. Maybe this masculine's got blocked emotions, man. Because he's got self-restrictions. All about money. His mind's too much on money. This masculine needs to be blocked, man. He's King of Cups. He's bringing self-restriction. He's bringing self-imposement. Do you know what I mean? He's thinking how to block this King of Wands. But he wants the money. Some fortune or something. But this King of Wands looks like he's in full emotion. He's in his full emotions. Why? Because the King and Queen is balanced. Do you understand? But it's in a situation with King of Wands. Queen of Wands wants to be single, away from his King of Cups. Maybe her husband. He's a buffoon. Why? Because he's got stuck creativity. He has stuck self-imposement. He's just looking for the money. But he's not creative. He's looking for ending, man. She's ending this love, man. Or he wants to end someone's fortune, someone's inheritance. Do you know what? There's men out there, you know, that finesse women as well, you know. Don't get this self-twisted. There's men out there as well that are users, you know. Not just women. There's men gold diggers too. Ooh. She's on it, man. Queen of Wands, she said, yeah, I'm not messing around. I'm not stuck on fucking shit. But she's an arsehole. She's stuck on her own fortune. She's thinking about being single. Weak ass bitch, man. Walk away. Or just be a weak ass bitch with King Cups. Never mind. Now, this masculine is stuck thinking about his counterpart. Maybe he wants to pour love, but he's thinking about someone being single, balance, higher priestess. But this Queen of Wands is thinking about being single. She's trying to balance out her thoughts about being single, maybe. Because people are just scared of walking away from money, man. Oh, my days. You know, just... Queen of Wands, is it really worth going around a masculine that does not love you, babe? It's not worth it. It's not worth the money, man. But I guess that's how it started. That's how it's going to end anyway. How things start in life is how it normally ends. I realised that pattern as well. How things start is how it ends. Because now there's a difficult decision about how to walk away from money. Because they've been working on it for so long. I bet it's not even money that's yours. He's broke, man. King of Cups is broke. He's bankrupt. And he's stuck in thoughts about Wheel of Fortune. The story's kind of like changing now. He was juggling. He was abusing his intuition. He's moving, man. He's got to move, man. He's got to move. He's going for a lawsuit or something. He's going to have to move. He's moving into it anyway. He's moving into a lawsuit. That's what he's talking about. Oh, boy. King of Cups. King of Cups. Emperor. Leo's the Emperor. Someone's walking away and someone's moving away from a marriage. King of Wands. She's looking at a pathway of being victory, moving forward. Queen of Wands. She's looking at this lie. Her foundation lies, stealing, cheating on her pathway. Now this Queen of Wands, she's now on her head. She's thinking about maybe a Gemini person when it comes to her fortune. Now she's thinking about how she's going to balance by using her intuition or a tarot reader, but she wants to walk away because now she's looking at a delay when it comes to inheritance, and then she's going to have to work her ass for it like everybody else. What's your problem? Oh my days, these people are so fickle. There you go, fighting over foolishness. This one as well, man, she's not to be trusted. Looking at a wish come true. Maybe she's dealing with a air sign masculine. He just says, I just want to walk away from this mad girl, man. She's in my energy. She's too inner. And there's one that has to deal with King of Cups. Oh boy, she's just stuck on that one. The foundation is pure lies, man. Yeah, love choice. It's about working. Love choice, regrets. Needs to walk away, man. Need to say finito, bang bang, no more, and be cool with it. Just be fine with it. Knight of Wands. It's all about adventure. Someone's being very adventurous. The energies are very adventurous. They like to go around the world. They like to have sunny holidays. Sunny's been highlighted. It's been highlighted about someone's promiscuity going around the world. So they're going to walk away. Because someone's looking at too many lovers around the world. Someone's been stuck. And someone's been highlighted about an engagement. Or a love for a house. Someone loved someone's house. So they were using it as an excuse for a marriage. So now someone's stuck when it comes to their fortune. That's on their head now. Because someone is riding in the energy of moving in. Someone moving in. King of Wands is looking into a marriage. And he's very happy about that. Someone, maybe a Libra. No. Virgo. Or Pisces, looking at balancing with a higher priestess. But they're using their intuition about someone juggling. There's a hidden feeling. So that's in their energy. And this hidden feeling, people don't really want to talk about it. But they're going to have to face it. Why? Because someone's looking at a letter. That's what we're thinking about. They're going to be getting a divorce letter. Or a letter of bad news of walking away. Some form of walking away. Based on their intuition. They're getting maybe messages from the higher self. Or someone's writing in with a letter. About an engagement, romance, maybe a divorce letter, alright? Because now someone's sailing away. Taking that risk, sailing away. There's too many obstacles, too many delays when it comes to generational wealth. Forget about inheritance. Legacy is just a name, isn't it? You're looking at generational wealth is everything. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. These people don't know how to think properly, these karmics. Somebody wants to make an offer. I'm going to tell you, someone is looking at an offer of a job or an offer when it comes to legal paper. Someone's looking at an offer of love. Maybe a Leo person is in his full love as the Emperor. He wants to talk to a Queen of Swords. This fire sign person. Now this King of Cups. Maybe this fire sign's fallen in his love now. Being more bloody mature with his emotions. Why? Because you can use your intuition. You know how much shifts you can make when men use their emotions. Oh my days, they can make so much generational wealth. Don't listen to the Western world. That's foolishness. Looking at the root though. Looking at like spiritual connections, the root, a foundation, ancestors. Someone's making an application when it comes to the root of someone's romance. Because they want to heal. They're riding in with healing. But this one's looking at stardom. This one's looking at his roots. This was looking at a wish fulfillment, maybe for a Libra person. And this one wants to heal but she don't want it. Too much lying, stealing, cheating. These two they're not good for each other, man. Too much lying, stealing, cheating, man. But when it comes to the King of Wands balance, he's healing. He's healing the feminine side of oneself. When it comes to the King of Wands up there, this King of Wands over King of Cups. He's thinking about a lady. This one's thinking about a single lady. This one. Could be a Gemini masculine. He's thinking about a single lady. Or the King of Wands is thinking about this woman. A Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person. Take it as it resonates. The divine feminine obstacles when it comes to generational wealth. Someone's looking at a letter. Think about a letter from a single person. Someone's happy about marriage within the energy of a letter sailing in for an application that's been rooted for healing with this woman that's starting a new beginning after an obstacle delays. So now we're looking at a situation where someone's come to calm waters, don't want to be a soul, have a human experience, they're going towards maybe a divorce. Someone's highlighted a very sneaky beaky Becky. Sneaky beaky Foxy in the energy, are we, darling? Sneaky beaky Becky, being very manipulative, strategic person. Or if there's a job, somebody wants a strategic manager. That's an offer coming in for someone. A boss is coming in. Yeah, a boss. Let me tell you, somebody is looking at a book. King of Wands. A bear. Very powerful masculine. Very powerful masculine. Someone's looking at a healing book. Someone's looking at the roots of someone. And someone's lying. Someone is talking about a lie. And someone's going to be written about this lie. It's going to be a success. And someone is looking at a battle over a house. It's always over a house, man. Of a lover. A chosen lover. Queen of Wands is looking at a home. Her independence. She's probably looking at a house deed. Man, you flew, didn't you? Yeah, that's why I could go for a tower moment. An older gentleman. Okay, for some of you are very happy about traveling around the world. Alright, use your intuition, be safe. Remember, there's other people's laws, regulations. Not everyone's house has to have the same rules. Alright. King of Wands is looking at maybe traveling towards a Queen of Swords. Alright, strategically being very fucking sneaking about it. But she's come to calmer waters about his foolishness. Then you've got maybe a King of Cups on his mind. Is the King of Wands when it comes to bankruptcy or wanting to block an engagement. But on his mind, on the King of Wands' mind, is a foundation when it comes to the Emperor having his full emotions, using intuition to collect his information from God. Okay? Then you've got another situation where you've got a family, they got a root where they have to really heal while in such situation when it comes to someone's energy running around as a married man, doing promiscuities with other women. So then you've got a situation with Queen of Wands. She's got to sort out her situation. Then you got another woman over here. Over here. A masculine, inside masculine is thinking about that he wants the balance, wants to write a letter to. And then he's thinking about this single woman. And she's thinking about the foundation of her house. Who's this now? Queen of Wands. She's fighting this fucking air sign. There's two women. There's two women, and one's fighting with an air sign masculine, and one's fighting with a King of Cups. That's all I can see now. And then you got a King of Wands dealing with a Queen of Swords. Maybe it's a collective read. I'm trying to do the best for all of you. For all of you. All right. He's got a battle. He's got a battle with a woman, and she's got a battle with him, and she's. People, remember, take it as it resonates. I love you guys. Remember, walking love, talking truth. Bye.